All right, here we go, guys. All three of the bits here for RB Battle Season 3 have been officially found. In this video, we're going to show you how to get all three of them. So we're going to start with RUSSO'S Resonators, and then we're going to go into Sabrina's. Now, Sabrina's has been changed, so we're going to change a little bit of the audio there to explain exactly what to do. Also, pay attention to the notes here in the description of the video. And then there's a badge that we have to get in Piggy, and a badge that we have to get in Arsenal. They're question mark badges, but you have to kind of get those badges in order to get access to the last badge in Build a Boat for Treasure. Though, if you don't have those, if you have someone else in your server to help you get past certain parts, I think that you guys can get forward with someone else in your server solving it for you, but I think you have to get the one in Piggy in order to get past a certain part. And also, if you don't want your key to dissolve in the last part, then you have to get the badge in Arsenal. So we're going to show you how to get those two badges right before we show you how to get the last one in Build a Boat for Treasure. So here we go, guys. We're going to start with RUSSO'S, Sabrina's, and then DJ's bits, and then you'll know how to get all three of them. Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to get this item right here, the RUSSO'S Robot Resonator. This is one of the three very important instruments to get here. As a part of RB Battles, I managed to be one of the first 10,000 to get the gold version of it, but I'm going to show you guys how to get this here today. So the game that you guys need to play is Super Golf. So I'd recommend getting a VIP server. That's the best way to do this, because otherwise it's kind of hard to do, because you can actually control which levels you go to and which holes you go to. So the first thing we're going to do is go to hole Oasis. So yeah, get a VIP server. Otherwise, doing this on your own is going to take forever. So skip to hole 18. You guys can see how I'm doing it right here in this video. So in this first part, we want to go to hole 18 in order to get to the first part. So there's several different parts, several different holes, and we have to go to specific holes in this game, sometimes with specific skins. Now this one, it doesn't really matter. You guys can just use like a regular normal ball. It doesn't really matter, but different points during this whole thing, we're gonna have to use different skins. So excuse my bad playing in this game, but generally you just want to try to get like in front of this little wedge right here, and sometimes it might just kind of like move you over a little bit. But you see that palm tree over there? You want to hit that palm tree, and you want to hit it pretty hard. So if you do like just a light tap, that's not going to get you all the way over there. So you're just going to want to give it a full, probably just 100%, because you're going to want to hit that, and it works like a teleporter into a different area. And you can see it takes you to this different area right here, which is sort of a secret area. And there's a lot of their secrets on their videos that was kind of telling us how to do this. But yeah, so yeah, it was like hole 18. They were really emphasizing this during the whole video. So all you want to do at this point is just get it into the hole. It doesn't really matter how many hits or how many shots it takes for you to get in there, but you can see that thing right there. It says you escaped, and there's the question marks there as a part of this. So we've got the first part done. And again, trying to go to these different levels, it's very important. Use a VIP server, that's the best way to do it. So the next thing we're gonna do is go to the island map. And we usually just kind of set it up for classic mode, but if you're in a VIP server by yourself, you're the only person playing, so it doesn't really matter. So we hit the check mark, and then we're gonna go forward to hole number 6 right here. So one thing that you gotta do though is before you start, click on the skins button and change the color of your ball to blue. So you have to have a blue golf ball for this one to work. Otherwise, it won't work if you don't have the right color golf ball. We have to have a blue and a green and a pink one at different points. Now, in this hole, you guys have to get a hole in one in order to get this one. So make sure you guys time it right. You gotta use 100% power, and then you hit up against that, and then generally, it should basically kind of funnel its way in there. It's not really too difficult to get a hole in one in this one. So you can see right there on the bottom right, it says nice shot. So now we've got the second part of this whole thing right here. So now moving on to the next step, we're going to go to the Mineshaft level, okay? So Mineshaft, and we're gonna go classic mode. We're just gonna make sure that we start it right there by hitting the check mark, and then we can also wait for it to load up right here. And then once it loads up, that's when you guys can actually skip forward to the different parts or the different holes here. So we're gonna go here to the last hole. So this is hole number 9 that we're gonna go here in the Mineshaft. Now this one is a little bit of a pain just because there's like all these dynamite things all over the map. It doesn't really matter. Once you get the first two, you know, once you guys move on, just getting the other ones, it doesn't really matter. But you guys wanna change the color of your ball this time to green. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna change the ball color to green. So the recolor, that's not actually it. You wanna click on the the ball part right there, and then the paintbrush, and then change it green. So make sure you guys actually do that. Make sure your ball is actually green. So like I said, guys, this one's a little bit tricky, but just kind of go click on play. I recommend for this first part, don't try to like bounce it off of that. I'd recommend just kind of do a light touch right there and then shoot up here from there, because bouncing off of that corner just doesn't seem to work for me for like getting over this this next part. But as you can see right there, you got to use a fine tune right there, because if you hit it too hard, you're going to go overboard, and if you hit it too light, you're not going to go far enough. So you just got to find the right spot to make sure that you can actually get far enough over this little jump so that you can get a little further. But I will show you guys right here. About 85 over there worked for me, and then I hit a piece of TNT, and then of course that actually shot me across over here. So like I said, guys, like patience is a virtue on this one, and hopefully you guys are able to get through this without using as many shots as I do. But if you use too many strokes, I think it will actually just like finish and make you start all over. But if you have to start all over, then just press the M button. You can see on the upper right hand corner of the screen, there's this M button which makes you go back. So if you press the M button right there, that will make you go back, and then you can start it over, and as many tries as you need, it doesn't really matter. So what I recommend right here is you got to get on the other side of this little hill, because you got to use it as a ramp, but then it also sort of might funnel you down there into the hole. So try to prevent going in there, because otherwise you're gonna have to start this all over again. So again, like this one might be a little bit frustrating for you, but see that little diamond right there, those gems, those green gems is what you want to hit. So you can see the way I actually kind of used that little hill as a ramp to go in there, and then we're gonna go into this part, which is pretty similar to the first part where we hit that palm tree and we went over to that different area. It doesn't really matter how many strokes it takes to get it, but right here you can see that it's a little tricky of a corner, but what you got to do is use that spider right there, and that spider is going to bounce you over to the other side. All right, so once you just line it up here with the spider the way I'm doing it right here, eventually you just hit it pretty hard and it will bounce you over to the other side. So there's another one later that's going to be sort of similar to that, where we're going to use like little like lily pads, and those will work like that. But just try to get this hole in here, and then once you do finally get it in here, obviously I'm not very good at this game. It's taken me 17 to get this, but anyways, we got that thing on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, the question marks. It says, where are we? We've gotten so many parts now, 3 parts. Now we're going to the 4th part over here, which is in the graveyard. So we're going to pick the graveyard map right there. Again, we're going to classic. You hit the check mark, and then it's going to load the map. Once it loads the map, then you're going to get the ability to skip forward to the different holes. And now this time the hole we're going to is hole number 16. So go to hole number 16 right here, and then again, like the last ones when we had to change the color of our golf ball, we're gonna have to change the color of our golf ball again. Now, several of us in Team Victorium, hashtag Team Victorium here, we worked together and we figured it out, and a lot of us got our gold resonators, but we were arguing, we thought that Sabrina's color was purple, but apparently it's pink. So anyways, we have to select pink for the color on this one, not purple. So I don't know. I think this might be controversial. I thought that Sabrina's color was purple, but I guess it's pink. So anyways, we're selecting pink for this color. Hashtag shout out to Team Victorium again. So we're going to go here on hole number 16. We're going to go forward just a little bit over here, over to where that opening is a little bit. Yeah, okay, so make sure you guys fine tune it if you go too far over. It's really difficult to do this, but this particular shot right here was quite difficult for me to do as well, trying to get the ball over there to where those little eyeballs are. So if you see those eyeballs, just keep trying to shoot at them. It's not really necessarily like easy to do. As you can see, my first shot right there didn't work out so well. And some people can shoot, I think, like in front of where those barricades are, and they can jump over the barricades and get in there. But you can see, just take as many shots as you need, and just try to get your ball into where those eyeballs are. So once you get to where those eyeballs are, you hit the spot where you're like, what is going on? And you don't know exactly where you're supposed to shoot it. But there's really only one place that you can shoot it, so I just assume shoot it there, and there we go. We shoot towards the lily pads, and we bounce off the lily pads, and those are just going to automatically push you towards the end here to the next part. And then just like those other ones, all you have to do is get this one in here. It doesn't matter how many strokes you use. You don't have to do any hole-in-ones or anything crazy like that. I don't think it really matters too much what the score is, but at this point, we've done all those other parts and we've done this part, and I don't know if you have to do them in order necessarily. I think you can do them out of order, but anyways, these are all you have to do. But you can see right there on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, we've got ourselves the badge, which means that we have found some bits, which means we need to go to Mr. BORINGSWORTH and we need to deliver those bits to him so that we can get the Resonator. So now here we are moving on to the RB Battles game. So now we need to go and find the keypad so that we can get into Mr. BORINGSWORTH's lab. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up these stairs over here. Actually, we're just gonna run into some trees is what we're gonna do. Fall after we get run over by other people in the server as well. And then we're gonna run into a wall. But then after that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down this little hole down here. And you can see this little shaft down here. Now you see that floor 1, floor 2? There's like an elevator down here and we just need to get up to floor 2, but we need to find the way to do that. So we're just gonna keep moving forward along this corridor, and then we see this area here. It looks like it's on fire, but it's not. But we're gonna take a hard left over here. Now make sure you make this jump right here and don't fall in that, otherwise you're gonna get set back to the beginning part and you're gonna have to kind of start over to this. So you see up here, there's no elevator, but there is a keypad, and in this keypad, we can enter the numbers to get to the second floor. Now, hopefully you guys know the code like I do. Anyways, no, it's the same code for everybody. 7, 2, and then 77777777. So that's 8 sevens right there, guys. So there's 7 and then 2, and then there's 8 sevens, and I think it translates to passcode, and then 222. And then you guys do 666 and then 333. So that is the full passcode to get here into this thing. And then on the bottom right here, that thing is to enter the code. Now, if you enter the code wrong, just press the thing on the bottom right, it'll say denied, and then you can enter it again, just in case you get any of the digits incorrect. But that's how you do it. Watch how we do it. Now, right here where it says floor 1, floor 2, click on floor 2, and now the elevator is going to send you to floor 2. Now, you guys can go through the obby and just jump over all those things that are trying to push you, but there's kind of a secret way that you guys can do this a little bit quicker. Jump on the first thing and then use that to just jump on to this one, and then you guys will save yourself a little bit of time. Then jump on to this next part, and then this next part. We're going to go down under here and then go around this and then right there, and then from here we're gonna have to walk forward and just drop down from here. Now don't jump forward, otherwise that thing's gonna push you away, and then jump over here and then hopefully not get on the top part but get in the middle, and then we are almost there to Mr. BORINGSWORTH lab. We're gonna take a right over here, and then we're gonna go down this little corridor, and then we're going to move forward a little bit, and we're almost there, guys. This is it. We've got the bits. We're going to talk to Mr. BORINGSWORTH, and then after this point you go and you interact with them. You guys are going to have the Resonators. And if you guys are one of the first 10,000 people to do it, you guys will have the gold ones like I've got. And you can look on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. We've got ourselves the badge, and we've got that item there for free. So we got to find 2 more bits, guys. We know one is in Shopping Wars. We don't know where the other one is, but we will make videos to let you guys know as soon as we know. Anyways, shout out again to Team Victorum. Those guys are awesome. We've all been working together, and yeah, it's been great. If you guys are new here, we'd love to have you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later. All right, guys, this is it. The second bit is out, Sabrina's Cyber Shredder. As you can see right here, I managed to be one of the first 10,000 people to get it, so I've got the golden version of this, so I just need one more. So the game is Shopping Wars. When you start out, just play the normal version. You need at least 2 people in a server for it to work. VIP servers are great. So when you start out, you want to do the block smart first. So the first step here, what you have to do is you have to go back to the bathrooms, and then you see we've got 6 stalls here. So you go to the middle stall, or the third one from the left basically, and you click on the toilet 5 times. So you want to give it a little bit of time in between each 5 flushes. You will hear it. It's a little easier if you kind of use your headphones. If you have your headphones plugged in, you can hear it. You click on that one 5 times. Then we go to the first stall, and we click on this one just once. So now we've done the first floor, and you also want to make sure that as you go up, you don't get yourself like hit by Bob, because I think that kills you if you end up getting hit by Bob and you have to do it again. And if somebody leaves the server, it's a little bit broken. So if it's not working and you think you're doing it right, then just try another server. So the first stall upstairs, we click on 6 times. So it's downstairs, the middle one 5 times. then the first one time, upstairs, the first one 6 times, and the last one 2 times. Then you'll see this right here. It'll say you flooded Block Smart, and usually if you do it the first time, you'll see a badge on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Okay, now for this second part right here in the Candy Mart map, they've changed it. They used to have it to where there's a special order that you had to hit all of these, and that's what I'm doing here in the footage here. But they made it so much easier. So you see how we've got all these different bars here. There's basically a total of 20 of them. You want to hit them all the way just from left to right. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, and then white, and then black, and then that light blue, and then the lime green, and then the brown. And then you're going to see like a partial flooding that is going to occur after you do that. So they used to have a different pattern, and it was really difficult for people to do this, and it was kind of easy for people to accidentally hit the wrong color. So a lot of people were having trouble with this. So for this part, this partial flood, all you have to do is just all the way left to right, and then those should start. Same thing here with these 8 colors. Just go left to right. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, white. So we're gonna go all the way from left to right. We click on each of them just once. It's not the same order that it used to be, and the old order actually was confirmed by the devs to me that it won't work anymore. So only the new order works. So basically all you have to do, all 20 of these, you go from left to right, and you click each of them once, and then you should get the whole flood thing, and then this will happen right here. The whole place floods, and then you're gonna have a badge there on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. So that's the numbers that you hit them. Then you'll see the whole thing is flooded, and then you've got the key right there in the middle, and then you guys wanna go and you wanna get yourself the key. But now that you've got yourself the key, you guys wanna go over here to this pink door, and you wanna use the key so that you can go in there and you get yourself a special sword. So we've got the special sword here in the back. And again, guys, watch the notes in the description of this video, because I'm going to write just like a detailed little summary of what you need to do. So now that we've got the sword, we want to go back to another round. I think we want to equip our key sword so that it can be equipped there at the bottom. And we're going to do Block Smart. So we're doing Block Smart the first time, Candy Mart the second time, Block Smart the third time. So this third time, now that we've got this sword, we're going to go up here behind this area, and there's a door right there. It says only staff. So now you want to attack that with your sword. So you got to make sure that you've got your sword equipped. You might have to press the 1 button so you've got the sword in your hand. And now you're going to go to Bob's office. Now this part is a huge pain in the butt. It's very tricky. It took me several tries before I got it, but it says you need to defeat Bob by activating the buttons. You have to activate these buttons in a specific order. And I've also noticed that sometimes after activating a button, if I moved, I would just die like right after pressing the button. So you got to do this like left button, and then right button, and then middle button. So what I recommend, there's some of these conveyor belts that are gonna pop up, but I recommend just use the right side. You've got these parts that are always gonna show up, and watch out for the forklifts. If you guys can, keep an eye on Bob, because he's gonna throw forklifts at you. And as you move forward, those things are gonna hone right in on you, and they're gonna hurt you. Now this part, if you guys see those little robots going back and forth, the little white ones, and then these robots over here, try not to touch those because they are going to hurt you. So you want to avoid those robots. So we got the first one here on the left side for the switches. So now that we've done that, just leave the buttons alone. What he's going to do is go through a little animation, and it's going to teleport you back to the beginning area. And now we're going to have to basically do the same thing again so we can get the button on the right side. Now you can see those things that kind of pop up and everything. You can use those, but remember those are going to go away, and same with the conveyor belts. Now if you die, then Bob gets all of his life back, and you have to start this all over. So basically you have to go through this, press the left button, the right button, and the middle button, all within enough time to where you don't die. So if you take a bunch of hits or something, then you die, and then you have to start all over. Your life's going to start all over, and then Bob's life is going to start all over as well. And sometimes those forklifts like to fling you across the map. So just kind of, breathe. Try to take it easy, try to get through this part, try to avoid those robots. So here we are on the second part. We're gonna activate the switch here on the right side. I almost got nailed by that forklift, but we're doing pretty good. On the bottom, I've got quite a bit of life left. So now we're gonna have to do the same thing, basically. Make it to the end, and then there's one more button that we have to hit, which is just the middle button. You guys got this. Now, at this point, you could be like me, very frustrated. As you can see on the upper right-hand corner of the screen, I've worked on this for like nearly 25 minutes already before I actually got it, but I got to practice and get all of these good tips to give you guys. So yeah, again, guys, the right side, hug the right side. These platforms do not go away. So if you guys want to use the ones that do disappear, at least you're pretty close to something that you can usually jump down to and not die. But if you fall in the void down below, then you're toast. So at this point, I recommend getting the very middle. Avoid those white robots. I got to the end twice and the white robots killed me. So try not to get hit by those. And then one hit by those, I think, kills you. Get the middle button, and you can see on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you've got that badge, Champion of the Universe. So now you've earned the Bob's Galaxy Sword. But make sure you guys don't mess this part up. You got to make sure you pick up the bits before you grab the sword and leave, because you don't have the bits yet. The bits are over here on the left side. So make sure you come over here and then see these items right here. Click on that so you've got the bits right there. Okay, so now you've got the bits. You've got the badge there on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen with all of the question marks. And now there's only one thing left for us to do, is go talk to Mr. BORINGSWORTH. So we're just going to collect that sword just for fun. And then I think I'm going to stay away from shopping wars altogether. So this is just like what we did at the end of the previous video, where we got the RUSSO'S golden resonator. I'm not sure if it's necessary for you to come in here and actually equip the bits. I don't think it is. So I just did that just in case anyways. So yeah, we're just going to come along this little corridor. If you bounce against the wall, then it's going to knock your character over. I wish they could run a little bit faster. It seems like the best way to make them go fast is to make them roll like Sonic. So we're going to take a hard left over here. Make sure you jump over there. If you fall down below, then you're going to have to go and do that again. So we're going up here. We are almost done. But we have to type a code right here in order to get to the next level. So here's the code right here, guys. 7-2 and then 77777777. That's 8 sevens right there. And then 222 and then 666 and then 333. And then on the bottom right, we enter it right there. Now you got to make sure you get on the elevator here this time. If you guys don't enter the keypad and you don't jump on the elevator in time, then it won't work. And you got to make sure you jump on the elevator that you summon, not one that somebody else summoned. So right here, sometimes you can grab that draft right there, and you can actually use it to get past this part a little bit quicker, which I like to do. You can go forward and you can jump over those, but this is the way I like to do it. It's a lot quicker. So use that draft to get to that set of boxes. We're going to come over here and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go and talk to Mr. BORINGSWORTH the same way we did the other day. All right, we're just going forward just through this little part, and then once we go through here, all we have to do is take a little right, and we're almost done with this, guys. We're going to go talk to Mr. BORINGSWORTH. We're going to get our badges, and then you're going to see on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, I get 2 badges because I was one of the first 10,000 people to do this, so I got the gold version of it. But at this point, I think most people are just going to be getting the white version. Go talk to Mr. BORINGSWORTH, and you can see right there, we've got the badges on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and we've got those bits. So we've only got to go find one more set of bits, guys. Let's go find them. Where's DJ's bits? Let's do this. If you're new, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. Also, huge shout out to Team Victorum for working together on this bad boy. You guys rock. Peace. Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to get this bit here in Piggy, this secret room right here. You come in here, you pull this lever, you're going to see that badge there on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen with all of those question marks. But the thing is, it may be a red herring. We don't know how to give it to Mr. BORINGSWORTH yet. So basically what you need to do is get together with a group. It's much more helpful with a group. What you need to do is go into Book 1, Chapter 12. Now, I recommend one person basically distracts the piggies. You get one person who gets the gun and also knows where some bullets are, because you're going to have a gun and 2 bullets, and you're going to want to survive. But also, it seems like the ghost can help with like the button pushing and everything. But basically, you're going to want to go through the game as normal. If you want to know how to get through this whole thing and where to find everything and where to put that stuff, things are randomized, but there's so many videos on how to enter or finish Chapter 12, Book 1 of Piggy. If you guys haven't done it before, like there's so many videos available. So basically just play it normally until you go to the part where you get the dynamite. Now that's when you're going to start doing something different, and that's where we're we're going to kind of show you what you need to be doing a little bit different. So there's different colored rooms as well. There's like this green room, there's a red room, and there's also an orange room. So down in the orange room, you can see we go down these stairs. There's one of these corners here, this back corner. You can see that's where you want to put the dynamite. So when you're done and you've got the dynamite, you want to put the dynamite there in that corner and open this room. You can see inside of this secret room, you've got all of these symbols that are the same symbols that go above the number keys 1 through 0. So you can see, like on your keyboard, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's secret numbers basically that are hidden throughout this whole thing, and we're going to show you how to get these. So just one more time, we're just giving you a little reference here for where that location is, just to where you can find that corner. So now we're going to show you where to find the numbers. Now the numbers are all sort of hidden, and we're going to have to enter them here. Now if we enter the wrong key right away, it's going to just shut down. You have to start all over. So you have to make sure you enter the 5 symbols basically in the right order in order for this whole thing to work inside of this room. So guys, make sure you do not push any of the buttons, and even if someone is a ghost, they can push the buttons and screw it up for everybody in the server. So make sure you guys are trying to work as a team. Okay, so you can also have a Piggy, and if you're playing as Piggy, you can also get the badge as well. But yeah, I think you can also go and push these buttons as well as a Piggy. Actually, yeah, see right there? See, when we hover over them as Piggy. So everyone in the server, whether a ghost or a Piggy, it doesn't matter, they can all help. So these symbols are very important. So we're going to find where these symbols are located. So first, the first one over here in the back of the green room. In the back left, you can see under here, you see Roman numeral 1 and number 1. So we've got number 1 and 1. So number 1 is 1. And the second digit right here in the back of the orange room, down here, you see this bench. You can see under this bench, yeah, you can see right there, we've got 2 and 7. So we've got number 2 and 7 right there. Okay, so we've got number 2 and number 7. And then over here, the third digit is in the red room here in the back. And we see we've got 3 and 6. So 3 is 6 for us. So now we're going to move on to the next one right here. In the orange room again. So this time we're in the upstairs. The last one was in the downstairs part. So under this bench, or this table right here, you can see we've got 4, 1. So you can see we've got 4, 1. So we've got 1, 7, 6, and we just need the 5th digit. So the 5th digit is in the green room. So as soon as you walk into the green room and you turn to the right, you can see we've got a bench over there. And underneath that bench, you can see we've got, says 5 and 4. So 5 and 4. So what we've got is each of these numbers, if you look on your keyboard, has a little symbol that's associated with it. So 1 is exclamation, 7 is an and sign, 6 is an up arrow, number 1 is an exclamation point, and number 4 is a $sign. So we're going to go and enter those, and then once you enter those correctly, this thing opens and you get yourself a crowbar. And then there's a room down here in the same area that you are. So basically, just got to get those numbers, match them with the numbers on your keyboard and the symbols on your keyboard, enter them from 1 through 5 in the proper order, open that thing, get this crowbar, and then you go into this room across here, and all of these gems on the outside part, just go, while you're holding crowbar, just jump into them and basically collect 7 of those green things. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the top here, the top center area. So we've got one person here who's got the gems, that they've got the crowbar, and then hopefully there's still a person up there that has a gun and they've got some of the bullets for the gun, because you need at least 2 bullets for the gun. So we're gonna go up to the main center area. Just watch out. You can see right there, there was one of those piggies, and I want to make sure I go around the side and I survive this, because if you die, well, you can be a ghost, and as long as you're in the center part and you go in that room, even if you're a ghost, I think you can still actually pull the lever and get this whole thing. And I think this might actually be just kind of a clue in the very end of everything. So we're going to go here to the very center of this area right here. They're going to put, you see the pillars? They put the green stones on the pillars, so they all turn green, and then with the bullets, you shoot 2 of the pillars, and then the whole thing shoots up, and you can see we've got one of these corridors that opens up. So when you go into this corridor, you see letters of the alphabet, A through H. All you have to do is enter them in the right order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then H. And then we got the door open. So now that we've got the door open, you gotta, like, people have to run in there, get in the door as soon as possible because it closes really quick, and then people can't get in there. Go and pull the lever, and then you can see we've got the badge right there on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. So we didn't really actually get one of the items for doing this, so this is sort of maybe one of the red herring sort of things, but that portal right there looks like a portal from Build-A-Boat, and it says above it 2050, so this might be a clue. A portal that looks like a Build-A-Boat portal, and it says 2050 above it. I don't know, but huge shout out to Team Victorium. These guys are my gang. We're working to try to figure this stuff out. We're working together. They're going to be in these videos here for these bits when we start making them. So huge shout out to these guys, Team Victorium. And if you're new here, would love to have you subscribe and hit that notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. What's up, guys? I'm going to show you how to get this special badge in Arsenal as a part of the RB Battles thing. So as soon as you start, go into the shop and you have to get the delinquent avatar as your character right now. So up in the search, it is the default. So if you guys have never played this game before, then it's just going to be the default that you start out with. But if you guys want to, go to the locker, type in D, get the delinquent. Now you have to have the delinquent in order to get this badge, and this badge is important to getting one of the bits. So make sure you guys change this. Now I would recommend doing this in a VIP server if you can, because you have to be on the Tuscan map. So if you press the M button, that gives you the menu, and then you can scroll down, you can pick the map that you need to be in, which is the Tuscan one right there, and then you select the Tuscan, and then you guys can just click on end game, and then that will take you right there to the map. Now if you guys are trying to do this on a multiplayer public server thing, it's going to be much harder, much more difficult, so try to get a VIP server. I wish they would make them free. So there is actually 4 little cubes, or no, 5 of them that you actually have to find and hit throughout this game. So we're going to hit them in a specific order as well. We've got this one right here. You see that little teeny tiny brown cube right there? Honestly, all you have to do is just hit it once, and then you're good. Like, you can hit it more than once, like 3 times or whatever. I think basically the best way is just hit these in order. Just hit them once, and as soon as you hit it, like, you can see that you've done some damage to it. So that was the first one. Now just around the corner from that one, you guys are going to find the second cube right here around those benches, and then over here we're going to go around. Just follow where I go in this video too, and make sure you hit these in the same order that I'm hitting these, otherwise you aren't going to get the badge, and then it won't really work out. So there's the third one right there in front of this orange door. Now the orange door is right there. We're going to kind of turn around. We're going to go down to the little secret obby area that we knew about earlier. It's been around here for a long time on this map, but now we're actually gonna have to head back over there. So if you kind of hug the left side of the perimeter of these over here, you guys can see right here we've got this yellow building. It is the Papa Zone's Pizza. You head in there, you see the smiley face, and then over to the right you can see we drop down here, and this is where we're gonna go. We're gonna go to the next spot right here, go forward a little bit. Now you have to duck to go under this part. Now this part you guys might take a few tries before you actually get it. Now if you start falling, just click escape and then reset, so that you guys don't have to watch the big long falling sequence. And if you reset, it's no big deal. You guys will get set back to where you are. So you want to go right here. You don't want to overshoot it, and you also do not want to go in that portal. I went in the portal by accident one time, the first time I did it, and do not go in the portal. If you do that, then you're gonna have to start all over from the very beginning. So do not go in that portal. It will send you to a lobby where there's this whole obby thing, and then you're gonna have to go back and start all over. So just be careful. Go and hit that cube right there. And now that you've hit the cube and you have not gone through the portal, reset this thing. We're gonna reset, and we're gonna go back to the beginning part, and we're gonna hit the next cubes that we have to do. So after you reset, you will start right in front of this spot where you need to be, and you can see there's this door right here. We're going to go through the door, and then we're going to go through to this area that you guys will follow me into. So this is a bit of a tricky jump over here. I recommend, like, if you guys are on keyboard and mouse, that's kind of the way to go. And then hold the space button down, and that will help you kind of jump a little bit further. And then right here over in the corner, you can barely see right there, that little teeny tiny brown cube. You just want to hit that once with your melee button, and then we're going to reset again one more time, and then the reset is going to set us back to where we were, and we have to hit just one more of these little cubes. So after we reset, we just go down here, pretty easy to see this little corridor. We've got these 2 doors, and then here we've got a little brick thing here, and then on the corner we've got one more of these cubes, and then after we hit this cube, you can see on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, it says we got the question mark, but more importantly, it says you have unlocked the power of water resistance, which is going to be necessary in the build a boat step to get those bits. So make sure you guys do that, and yeah, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thank you for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. Alright guys, in this video we're going to show you how to get DJ's bit, but before you do this, you have to make sure you get the triple question mark badge in Arsenal and in Piggy, and otherwise you're not going to be able to get through this. So first thing we need to do is build a key. So they made a clue here, Bill and then Ducky means build a key. So all we have to do is lay down the pieces of wood like this and then a chair here in build a boat. So in order to rotate this, we press the R button, and then in order to rotate it again, we press the T button, go over the wood and then back down, and then make a key the way we did this. So it's those 3 rows of those wood, and then you use the chair to complete the key, and then you can see as it shrinks down, it creates a key. And then once you create the key, you can see this other person here on the server just created a key as well, and then it shrinks down, they've got it. So this person has some candy that they were able to give me to help me do some jumping. At this point, you want to build a boat basically so that you can get far enough to get to the waterfall. So this is very similar to last year or 2 years ago when we had the green sword, and it was the green sword for RB battles here for DJ's sword. So we're gonna go under the same waterfall, but at this point you got to have the key in order to get in there, and if you don't have the key, you're not gonna get very far. And if you don't get the Arsenal triple question mark badge when you go under here, then the badge is, or the key is gonna disappear for you. So on the left side we've got colors, and then on the right side we've got books. You hit the books in the order of the colors for the potions on the left side to get through here. Just watch 2 years ago when we got the green sword in order to do that, but you use the key right there to get into the treasure chest. Now here on both of these sides we've got this little game, and it's kind of like Minesweep, and it's kind of shoots in a star direction. You just need to win at least 1 round, and when it wins, you can see all those numbers there. That's basically telling you the code. But if you look through, if you zoom out and you look through the glass pane, you can see it says the numbers right there. 9807 is the code for this one. But basically all you have to do is win 1 of those. Now it's a little bit tricky. Just make sure you place your bombs in a place where they go up and down, left and right, and then diagonal. You have to destroy all of the red pieces. And then this part right here, you shouldn't be able to go forward unless you have the badge from Piggy. So you have to make sure you go through, you get the question mark badge from Piggy, and then you get the Arsenal badge in order to get through all the way. And the Arsenal badge makes it to where your key will survive when you go under the waterfall. And then if you get the badge in Piggy, that makes it so that you can get on this teleporter right here. So if you die, it's not a big deal if you've got other people in your server during this boss fight. So I recommend, if you guys can, try to get more people in your server, have them help you out. As you can see, I've got a bunch of pro players here who already have the gold pieces, and they're just helping me out. So what you want to do is, this is very similar to last year or 2 years ago. Again, it's a boss battle. They're going to smash you. There's different stages. There's lasers. You got to jump over the lasers, try to avoid getting hit. If you die, you're okay, as long as you got other people in the server who survive. But if everybody in the server dies, then you have to start all over. Now, we've got the self-destruct button, similar to previous times. Once you go through this enough times, you'll kind of get to know the patterns. It is a little bit forgiving. If you fall, you will be able to jump up a couple times. Just watch these lasers, jump over them. When there's double lasers, just jump twice to make sure you don't die from those lasers. Stay on the white parts, avoid the red parts, and when there's a self-destruct button, make sure you try to get him to smash it. And then you're going to see the bits, and then go and touch those bits. Just wait for the light flashing, all that stuff. And then on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you can see we've got the badge right there. So we've got the bits at this point, and then now all we have to do is do the same thing we've done with all of the other bits at this point. We go up here into RB battles. We're going to go through this little teleport area, and then we're going to go up here. We find the keypad, and we got to make sure we enter the keypad number correctly, of course. And once we do that, we're just going to go and talk to Dr. BORINGSWORTH the same way we've done here in the past. So we're going to just roll up here to this part, and we're going to remember that same key code. And again, if we enter it correctly, it's just going to say code denied, like right here. You can see like it's supposed to be like 7 and then 2, and then there's supposed to be 8 7s, but for some reason I decided to put 7 7s during this first time. But if you don't put the right amount of 7s, then it's not really going to work, and you're going to enter the code and it's going to say denied. So the fact that it's 7 and there's 8 of them is what got me confused. So 7 2, and then there's 8 7s, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and then you see we only have 7 of there. We've got to get 8 of these to make sure we've got 8 of these 7s. Okay, and then it goes 6 or 2 2 2 6 6 6 3 3 3. Enter the code right there, and then we've got the elevator showing up right there. The elevator is going to come down. We're going to get teleported up here with this elevator over to Mr. Boringsworth lab after we go through this little obby part right here. But you know, we like to take that little shortcut there with that wind, which helps us get to the top a little bit faster. So over here, we're going to just jump, and then we're going to come down here. I'm sure you guys have already done this at this point. You guys probably already know exactly where to go and what to do at this point. You're just probably happy that you've got the bits and you don't have to worry about getting the bits. And now we're pretty much like smooth sailing until it's time to get the winner's wings. So we've come down here. We're going to talk to Mr. Boringsworth. Of course, before you do this, if it's not working for you, make sure you guys get the badge for Piggy and Arsenal. I've got the link in the description of the video. Talk to Mr. Boringsworth. You can see on the bottom right, I've got the gold one, so I've got all 3 of the golden bits, guys, all set for that. Anyways, if you're new here, I would love to have you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.